I want to start this video with some genuinely good news, because every GL show this week has been such a gut-wrenching watch, and with the amount of chaos happening in the GL community right now, we seriously deserve something wholesome. There are so many updates and so much going on. I'll be talking about Lingorm's Third Series, other Channel 3 GL lineups, GMMTV's upcoming GL shows, and their continued mistreatment of GLs, whether Queendom couples are actually getting a second series and what problems they are facing, plus what the hell is happening at Idol Factory, because that situation is getting concerning. Suddenly, Faye's manager's contract got terminated, and there are so many speculations around that, and of course, some smaller fun updates too. So let's start with the big one, Lingorm. Yes, Lingorm Third Series is officially happening. It was confirmed during Channel 3's annual event where they revealed their program lineup for 2026. And let me tell you, Lingorm has officially broken the two-series curse. We're getting a third GL, and hopefully, this time our girls will be playing a married couple. The way this announcement healed me after all the chaos this week, the English title for the series is Wedding Dream. The series is based on the novel written by Realieb, the same author who wrote Roller Coaster, and you know expectations are high because Roller Coaster's screenplay was actually really good. What we're hoping this time, though, is that the direction improves. Many fans on X have been saying, please change the director. I agree. The script had so much potential in Only You, but the direction held it back. So, fingers crossed. A lot of fans have also been looking everywhere for the English version of the novel. It's not officially available yet, but the author released a statement saying it's currently being translated, so that's great news for international GL fans. So yeah, one of them, Runch, is going to be a talented lawyer, and other a businesswoman, and their personalities are going to be quite opposite. This story isn't about the beginning of a relationship, it's about the complexities of marriage. And that's so refreshing for Thai GL. We've had high school stories, friends to lovers, office romances, but exploring a mature established relationship and the emotional depth of married life, that's new territory, and I love that we're finally getting it. And in the same Channel 3 event, we also got an update on Play Park, which is another upcoming GL series. The current speculation is that Play Park will probably drop right after My Safe Zone ends in December. And I'm not surprised, the promos for this series have already started rolling out. The pilot was released like 9 months ago, so Channel 3 is clearly dusting this project off and getting ready. This is actually one of the projects I'm personally most excited for. I really want to see a baby in a GL series. It's something new, something cute, something chaotic in the best way possible. And then another Channel 3 project they officially announced, which also already has a pilot out, is Fulfill. Okay, Channel 3 is really flexing now, because they've moved straight into married GL couples. Like, they're not even warming up at this point. Fulfill is also centered on a married lesbian couple, and if you haven't seen the pilot yet, please go watch it. The actresses Bam and look stunning. The visuals are visualing, the chemistry is chemistrying. But of course, the rumors. Apparently Nay is going to direct the show, and the fans are not happy about that because she already ruined Only You. So people are a little nervous. There's no release date yet, but most likely it's coming next year around the third quarter. Now, besides Channel 3's lineup, we also have Mean Babe's upcoming series Under Her Rules, which I did mention in my previous videos. The pilot is already out. This is one of the shows I'm most excited for. The pilot looks so promising. I really don't want to compare it to Gap because some fans get so offended when you compare characters or series, but I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's giving Gap vibes, and that is a compliment, okay? We've got a boss whose company is struggling, a new subordinate who joins the team, and the boss immediately giving her a hard time. I wonder where I've seen this dynamic before. But seriously, I'm excited for the show, and what makes it even cuter is that me and Babe, best friends, wanted to act in a GL together, and now they're actually doing it. Another thing I want to mention is that a lot of fans have been asking whether Pam and Arhoung are ever going to play a couple again, and if you watched Queendom, you already know it would be such a loss if these two don't get a second series together. Their chemistry was insane. I even want the managers to have their own GL series at this point. But Devika, the creator behind Clarabelle, actually commented on this during her TikTok live.
New Pam and Arhoung drama, please. Oh my god. I hoping that it's gonna happen. I'm hoping. I had talked to my girls also because Arhoung as a single with me, as a couple work is with VTV. But now Arhoung has so many years left with VTV, so she can she can act more, she can have more project, but I don't know that they will do a project for her or not. But for me, I cannot do a project for them because as a couple work, it has to be for VTV. I wish I could do, but we can't create any project because it's VTV responsible for they how to say the new drama or the new series. It's just that.
Basically, she explained that all 4 actresses aren't under the same company. They're signed to different agencies and only acted together in Queendom because it was a WeTV project. Right now, Arhoung is under Mind Media, which is connected to Devika. That's why you always see the Clarabelle actresses hanging around with Arhoung. Those 3 are under one company, so they naturally appear in a lot of content together. And this isn't even the first time Devika talked about it. Back when Queendom was still airing and fans kept asking for Pam and Arhoung to attend events together, she explained this on Live.
Because now the situation is, as a couple work is not in my control, it's from VTV ใช่ไหม
Sure.
But if you want me to go and help a bit, I can, you know. They don't have event together.
Yeah.
Because they need it. So you guys can see their moment, right? Because of Huang, as a single, she stay with my media, so you can see like she's going a lot of events because we are trying to push her to go a lot of events to see you guys. And for the couple, if you show me that you really want, I will push harder. But actually, I do push also, no?
ใช่พี่ใหม่ขายงานให้คู่ตลอดค่ะ
I do push, but maybe the time is not right. โอ้ยกี่คนอะคุณมา
อุ้ยจะ300แล้ว
โอ้ย Number 1,000, I will try to do my best to fight for their event. I need 1,000.
ใช่ค่ะทุกคนห่วงกับแพมอยากออกงานด้วยกันมากๆเพราะว่าห่วงเหงา
I know you want to go with Pam. I know. How to say this? The couple work is not depend on me, but I will try my best to push you guys. If you show up for them, they will have another event for sure. Because the competition is so high right now. We want another series. I want it to.
We want it to.
It depends on you guys too, you know. A little bit more support. I think they can have event. They will have opportunity.
Arhoung is managed by Mind Media, while Pam is under E-Intent. Both of them are also connected to Headliner Artist Thailand since Headliner handles Tencent, or WeTV artist management in Thailand, which makes sense because Queendom streams on WeTV. Based on every company's social media, Devika's comments, and a bit of common sense, the situation is like this. Unless it's an official Queendom event, where Headliner takes the lead, Devika can't just put Pam and Arhoung side by side. If she wants them at an event together, she has to negotiate with E-Intent, and both companies obviously want their girl to shine. They're not a contracted pair outside the project, so Devika would either need to pay Pam's company for her appearance or find an event where both sides benefit. So, if you want Pam and Arhoung to reunite in another GL, fans need to make noise. Companies invest where the demand is loud, so keep showing support, keep trending them, keep asking. That's literally how these decisions get made.
We need another Pam Arhoung project. Me too.
And now, let's talk about GMMTV, because their 2026 lineup event just got announced. It's happening on November 25th, and girl, the entire timeline is holding their pearls. I've seen every kind of prediction on X today. We already know Girls Rule is happening, but personally, I want solo projects for Namtan and Film, and I need Milk Love, Kapuk Seas, View Mim, June Munich, and Jing Jing Piploy on that lineup. Jing Jing and Piploy had so much tension in Whale Store, and Emmy and Bonnie, they need to come back on screen next year. But honestly, if GMMTV gives us only one GL in 2026, I'm fighting. A while ago, someone commented asking me to make a video on how GMMTV treats BL versus GL, and like, how do I even compare when GLs are literally 4% and BLs are 96%? And I'm not pulling those numbers out of thin air. There was an actual report by Moment last year explaining why this imbalance exists. The bigger truth is, GMMTV isn't alone. The entire Thai industry underproduces GL. GMMTV is just the most visible company, so the imbalance stands out more. And yes, I'm sure GMMTV sees the demand now. Their recent GLs did well. But let's be real, the effort GMMTV puts into GL is still basic. They don't push GL the way they push BL. They don't market it the same. They don't invest the same. On the positive side though, GL is growing. Spring News reported that the GL market in Thailand is expanding fast and could reach 2,000 million baht in value. That's not small. But then, in a past Bangkok Post interview, a GMMTV executive literally admitted that the GL market is still in its infancy. They're treating GL like a tiny side project, not an equal genre yet. Now here's where it gets interesting. There's a tweet going around saying reporters claim GMMTV has 36 series in the 2026 lineup. If that's even half true, then 5/7 GL should be the bare minimum. Like, non-negotiable. Another person said it, and I fully agree. If it's 36 series and we still only get 2 GLs, don't test me. Last year was 17 BLs and 2 GLs, so I'm manifesting big changes. If they really have 36 slots this year, then please, at least 8-9 GLs, and for the love of everything, give Namtan Film a solo and an ensemble project. Let's all collectively pray, manifest, chant, whatever you need to do. Because if GMMTV disappoints the GL fanbase again, that heat wave is going to be insane. We haven't forgotten Kneeling Incident. Now let's talk about the Idol Factory situation, because what is going on over there? Saint didn't just resign as CEO, he also returned his shares to the company. That's huge. And obviously the entire GL and BL community is shaken because Saint isn't some random name. He's a major BL actor, he's produced multiple projects, he co-founded Idol Factory with Kachin, and he was basically the face of this studio. And now, all the big artists they had, gone. Freen and Becky are completely independent now, not tied to Idol Factory at all. So everyone is asking the same question. What happened? Why would Saint leave his own company? What's going on with upcoming GLs? Are we still getting Cranium? What about 4 Elements? I'll try to break it down the best I can. First, there is no official explanation for Saint's resignation. The company hasn't said anything meaningful. So everything we're seeing is speculation. People are guessing internal conflict, financial issues, or something deeper. But it's very clear that something inside that company is burning. They're trying to act calm, but the house is literally on fire. The truth is, Idol Factory didn't just lose Freen and Becky, their biggest moneymakers, in the last 2 months. They also lost their biggest project ever, 4 Elements. Idol Factory announced 4 Elements earlier this year as their mega project. They went big with events, promotions, marketing. This was hyped as the first GL anthology series, a potential next global GL phenomenon. And Saint himself was heavily involved as a writer and producer. Then suddenly, things got weird. A few weeks ago, Idol Factory stopped promoting the show. New promo materials dropped without the Idol Factory logo. Fans noticed immediately. And now, multiple sources say the main producer of the series is actually going to be North Star, not Idol Factory. Nobody knows why the project was quietly transferred to another company, but the most realistic guess is financial strain. To make things even clearer, North Star's CEO Patik openly confirmed at events like the IQYYI Joy 2026 preview that 4 Elements is their mega project. It will air on Channel 7 and IQYYI globally. So the reality is, Idol Factory's dream project is no longer theirs. That's 3 major hits back to back. Losing Freen Becky, losing their biggest GL assets, losing 4 Elements. At this point, it's very possible that Saint didn't want to take the blame or the pressure for everything collapsing. And without Freen Becky or a big name project, Idol Factory has nothing strong enough to fill that gap. Of course, I could be wrong. Maybe there's another reason hiding somewhere, but based on what we're seeing, the situation looks rough. And as for Cranium Series, fans are asking for transparency regarding its status. We have no updates yet, but there is hope. Another person whose contract got terminated is Faye's manager. And, she's already in such a big controversy, so there are all kinds of speculations about what might have happened. Honestly, I think it's simply because everyone is pointing out that PI had some health issues and was hospitalized, and that could be the primary reason for the contract termination. I saw some common Reddit posts that said things like, "Does anyone have any clue what this is about? On why PI left Fable all of a sudden? Statement says she was terminated. That doesn't sound like a statement they would make if she chose to leave for medical reasons. Also, after such a long history together, no thank you or statement of well wishes doesn't make it sound like it was an amicable split. I love Faye, but her real life is a series of its own." Someone else said, "The wording is pretty blunt, and the lack of any well wishes does make it feel like something happened behind the scenes. It's a shame, especially given how long they've worked together. I agree, Faye's real-life storyline stays dramatic as ever. Especially the line, We cannot be held responsible for anything she does after this point isn't normal for an amicable split. That's the sort of thing you say when you suspect someone of wrongdoing. Not that I'm saying she did anything wrong, it's just unusual to go to such explicit lengths to deny responsibility if you don't think the person is involved in any wrongdoing. So, Juth said on X that this could be a translation difference. He explained that there's no wording like dismissal or terminated for cause in the announcement. Dismissal usually happens due to disciplinary or behavioral reasons, not because of business reasons or organizational restructuring. Meanwhile, termination of employment simply refers to the end of employment. It's a neutral term. I also saw another explanation on TikTok that makes a lot of sense and gives another perspective on this situation. The word terminated in the statement just means the company decided to end the contract. It doesn't mean there was any personal issue between them, or that PI made a mistake that led to a dismissal. When there's a close relationship, like the one Faye and PI have, it's very common for both sides to agree that the company should terminate the contract so the person can receive compensation, something that wouldn't happen if she resigned. Also, just 2 days ago, PY was in the hospital and had to be transported in a wheelchair. A few weeks before that, she almost fainted at an event. Maybe her health isn't at 100% and she needs to rest, which is hard to do if she keeps working as Faye's manager, since her schedule is extremely demanding. The tone of the statement might sound cold or harsh, but that's because the company has to protect itself legally and make the professional boundaries very clear. None of that has anything to do with their friendship. The statement talks only about the professional side, not the personal one. Anyways, I want to end this video on a high note. Becky is going viral because she was pictured with the real Princess of Thailand at a flagship store opening. There's even a video where the princess personally called Becky over for a photo, and Becky, along with LMSY, were both there. Honestly, that's so wholesome and such a feel-good moment to wrap things up with.